whoever wants to tackle, because that's one of the biggest challenges that I think everybody who goes through this is just like, all right, I need to somehow replace myself so I can
Right.
focus on what I need to focus on, and I can find somebody that is able to replace me, and someone that I might be able to train, but who I'm trying to find the best words possible. You need to find somebody that replaces you in your task, but that is at um, a proper price for the work that they are doing. Because once you start needing to replace yourself, you have to do what is for the business considered higher value work. You have to bring in the clients,
Right.
and you need to have somebody to fulfill that work. And can you bring us or talk to us a little bit about the first time you needed to hire your first contractor? And just, Ari, I know we've talked about this a little bit also, where it's just the mindset of someone who wants to take 100% of the profit for 100% of their work versus somebody who is willing to take maybe, um, you know, 40% of the profit, or maybe even 50 for the 100% of the amount of work the business is doing. Or both of you guys, I'm sure, have a lot to dive on this. It's a dense topic, but I'll let you
Right.
guys dive in where you want.
So we really always try to find someone who cares about the work that they produce. We're not always looking, like even now, we're always looking for new developers to join our team. We're not really looking for someone who's a jack of all trades, like knows absolutely everything. We provide that kind of like training as well, in house. A lot of the things that we know how to do, we try to like show and demonstrate to any of the contractors we bring, so they can also learn while they're with us. I think that's
Oh,
also, really important is that if you're like a senior developer or, in a senior role, you should really try to instill that knowledge and, help lift up the people that you bring on the team. And that's typically what we do. We don't try to look for anyone who's like, oh, I know better, more than everything. And like, it doesn't matter to us. Like, even if you don't know much, like
To
we
comment
still,
on what Ari's
yeah,
saying, the people we've hired to help us, the actually all of them had never even built anything on Wix or built anything on Editor
oh
X.
wow.
So
or even been game developers at the time.
yeah, so usually we're just looking for someone who's just skilled, very personable, easy to work with, and the rest will come, with working with the product. So
Yeah, I think there's been a couple of instances where the people that work with us ended up getting like lead roles or senior roles in other companies, and we always try to provide like a wonderful like opportunity while you're with us, and like, always provide a beautiful reference so you can always find your own path in the future. So yeah, like we do care about that kind of stuff. Again, it's as long as you care and you want to create some really cool stuff and you want to learn like how to do it, not just the right way, but in a way that I can like really change the way people like view how to use a website or interface with, something that just shows up on the web. That's, we try to achieve, if that makes sense.
It totally makes sense. Now, first of all, that's I've heard of people taking people who don't have experience in really like in admin stuff and kind of training them with SOPs, but never in like technical things. Like that would
yeah.
give me mass anxiety. So because I would have to, I'm too anal to. I would feel like I would need to watch very
Right.
carefully. But it sounds like you guys were able to do that. First, I would love for the audience to know where you guys find your talent, unless that's like proprietary.
Oh no, not at all.
But you're like, no, we right over here in this part of the like, I have to make sure this right here, this is where we get our talent.
Yeah.
But also how you were able to train those people who had like almost zero experience in terms of building something, that would be awesome. Like a little bit of a snippet, because that I would learn something from that too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we find our talent in a variety of ways. So we have people who have been referred to us, either like family who knows someone has referred people to us. We
Mm,
found talent on Upwork. Upwork is a really great place. There's a lot of talented people on there. So there's just a variety of places. There's not one like certain place we find talent, but um, a lot of it is referrals or people who have reached out to us.
got it. That's
And then,
beautiful. I love Upwork too.
yeah, Upwork's great.
Yeah.
And then as far as training, like, well, the people we've hired haven't worked on like the Wix platform or EditorX platform. They have built custom websites. So they always have
Okay,
that
got
sort
it.
of background. So
Oh,
they,
I was
yeah.
like, I thought there was like zero. I was like,
No,
how, what kind of
sorry.
magic? What are you feeding these people?
Yeah, so they do
Okay,
have experience, whether it's building on another platform or building custom websites. So they do have a development experience. So it is
got it.
easy
Okay.
to start training them. And Ari's a really good teacher, and he's really good at, training and explaining things to everyone.
He definitely is.
Well, thank you.
I know that, I know that firsthand, and many other people.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
compliment today. Sweet.
Yeah. I hope you guys liked this episode. If you did, you can find more build from scratch website tutorials with me right here, or you can find more EditorX tips and tricks in this playlist over here. With that said, I hope to see you guys in another video. And of course, if you liked this episode and what we're doing here on this channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.